Somebody just voted. Who voted? Some people coming up in here. Pause. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Trying to. I got a tripod. I should put y'all on. Should put y'all on the tripod. That's what I should be doing. It's 4 in the morning, so we're gonna be live for like an hour. It's really the middle of the summer right now. Crazy shit. Drop one in the chat. Hit that like button. I'm on a new phone right now, so I want to see how everything look. So this video is three things that raise your sex appeal. Three things that raise your sex appeal. You know what I'm saying? Life's so crazy, man. Life's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just chop it up until a couple people get in here. But why do I say life is so crazy? It just is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different trials and tribulations in life. It's so many different ups and downs and curveballs in this thing we call life that you'll never ever just have the life you want to have. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about this like yesterday to myself, or I forgot who I was talking to, but I was saying something like most people can accept that life isn't the way they trying to manipulate it or want it to go. What's good, Rays? Where you from? I was saying most people just can't accept the fact that life ain't, it's not gonna go how you want it to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I could vouch for myself, I could vouch for me, you know what I'm saying? Like we living right now in real time. Like life is not gonna go the way you think. Me too. What state? What state? And how's your dating life? Oh, RIP. RIP. Shout out to Texas. How old are you? How's your dating life? Etc. Etc. Man, we is on a new phone, a new iPhone right now. This is not a good way to bring in a new phone. We got one view, but it is 4 p.m. It is 4 a.m. So we not gonna trip out right now. You know what I'm saying? We not even gonna mention that no more. We're gonna let the stats do whatever the stats gonna do. When your girl break up with you? Why she break up with you? I keep telling y'all, man, life is full of peaks and valleys, obstacles and challenges. And until young men start realizing this, we gonna always be at war. Not even with some type of, you know what I'm saying? Just with ourselves. Oh yeah, you trolling. But that's cool. But anyway, so your energy is everything. But we're gonna get into the topic of today. We're gonna get into the topic of today. We're gonna go with number one, because we are 5 minutes in here and we got one person in here, and that's not really realistic to me. But um, man, I would have never even dated somebody like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Whether it's trolling, jokes, humor, whatever it is, it really don't matter. Because when we talk about game on this channel, we talking about the woman being submissive. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like to me that that woman was never your girlfriend. You feel what I'm saying? At all. She was trying to wear the pants. You know what I'm saying? So how's your dating life? You ain't answer my question. I keep trying to tell you, and I'm trying to get into this topic, but it's like energy is transferable, bro. Energy is so important. That's the number one key to life, energy. And you could feel it when your energy is being depressed and sucked out of you and drained, and you could feel that shit. You could feel that shit, man. And it's like, I guess what the universe, the old school people called it growing pains. Like, bro, at what age are you done growing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 30 years old. I feel like I just learned a bunch of shit that other people been doing and been knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm 30. Think about that. 30 is half of 60. 60, and then you got 30 more years, that's 90. So, black people don't usually live past 100. So just do the math, bro. Like, it take half a lifetime to learn certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays. And you know, uh I say that to say this. Energy is everything. Energy is everything. You know what I'm saying? I hate to get spiritual every day on the channel. I hate to go esoteric. I hate to do that, but it's nowhere to run. You know what I'm saying? It's nowhere to run. You know what I'm saying? Like, and energy is everything, but it's not like, I hate to put it like okay, let me rephrase that. Energy is very important, but that's not everything because as the man, you're the overseer, if that makes sense. You're the head of the household. You're the head of every relationship on earth. And if you ever feel like you're not the head of whoever you're around, that means that it's going to be either a fight, an argument, or a war because don't no man just willingly give his power away, right? That's not nature at all. That's not natural. So men don't willingly give their power away. My dating life is not good. Why not? Because you lost somebody who was never really, you know what I'm saying? Why is your dating life not good? I say my shit is okay. My shit is not perfect, but my shit is okay. I'm trying to, like, if I get off live right now, this would be the least amount of views I ever had in my life. Like, That shit low key trying to disparage me just now. Like I'll have okay, it's two people now. Finally, that's add that all up. That's three views. Let's do the math. You know, I'm not fucking around. I'm not in here to play games. You know, it's 4:30 in the morning. I could be jerking off or some shit and get ready for tomorrow. They got me in here. I'm trying to see what's up. And this experience is just shitty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just being honest. I'm trying to look for someone, but it's not easy when your dog. It is easy no matter what your dog is doing. It's easy to go to a store and talk to a woman. It's easy to pull up to a plaza or a gas station and open up a conversation. How's that hard? And that's the thing about life. We got so many excuses. I don't even got to get directly into the video right now because this guy single handedly is giving me more content. All I got to do is respond to y'all for 30 minutes straight. Like nobody's perfect, but when we talking about this shit, this is a real craft. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a problem, I could solve that problem with just a couple words. It's not even hard to go to a gas station and then talk to a woman. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't. You said you 22, so I'm 8 years older than you. So that does matter in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, man. This video is about sex appeal and rule number one. Okay, so number one on the list of today's video, even though it's only two motherfuckers in here. Yo, Raise, hit that like button for me, bro. Hit that like button for me, cause I'm pissed. Cause they playing with my views right now. I know I haven't been live in like 3 days, but this is not how you punish a nigga. We're giving him two to three views. This is actually um the type of shit to make a nigga stop doing it or 100%. Oh, you like the video? Why it only say two people in here? The fuck going on? It don't say no likes. Okay, I see a like now. Alright, fuck it. I see a like now. And there's three people in here. So you gotta whine like a bitch in order to get people to come in and view the video. And I don't usually care about views, but that's too low, man. Come on, bro. We ain't doing this shit for fun. You know what I'm saying? We come, we show up, and we conquer. Thank you for the likes. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. The more y'all engage, the more y'all push they push the content out. That's another thing, bro. Like these maybe a streamer university or something. Motherfucker sucking up all the fucking viewers or some shit. I don't know what's going on, man, but we ain't having that shit. We gotta fight back. We gotta fight back with that. But number one on the list for how to raise your sex appeal is confidence. And y'all could tell right now my shit is fucked up. Y'all could tell right now, based on my energy, right, that my shit is fucked up. But let me tell y'all something. Even when I feel low vibrating, even when life is throwing darts at me, even when everything is going against me, I'm never gonna stop yapping my mouth and I'm never gonna stop climbing the mountain. It does not matter. I'm gonna be honest. Some people, they cry in the fetal position, they give up, and they act like pussies when shit get tough. But life don't train me at this age to where it only makes me more mad. Like it's like I experience the same amount of anger that anybody else will or would. I just don't let it get to me because I know that I'm I'm being what's that word? Forged. I'm being forged to be the type of person that can handle crazier shit. That's all it is. So any level you on, you're going against um resistance automatically. And that's all that it really is. Your girl broke up with you. Fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody died or something died. Okay, cool. That's a part of nature. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you about to die. You going through health issues. Okay, cool. That's a part of nature. Even though that's a fucking scary thing, right? But you're only scared because you could think about it. Like, that's the thing about being humans that's so fucked up. Because we have a brain, we could think, and not only that, there's no limit to how much fear you could put on yourself. But if you just see shit objectively instead of subjectively, then all of a sudden, poof, like we don't even know if death is really scary or not. It's just the way we can, like, it's the way that it's being like projected onto us is like, oh, it's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be scary. But we go into that topic another day. I don't want to go and talk about death and shit. Sometimes you gotta talk about death to get to life, but I don't want to talk about that shit today. Um, I'm gonna leave, bro. I'm gonna visit my dog's grave. I'll see you later, man. You're gonna visit his grave at 4 in the morning. So number one on the list was confidence, confidence, confidence. Not loud confidence, not braggadocious confidence, just confidence. The quiet kind. You want the confidence that says, I know my worth. You want your vibe to say, I know my worth. And this is what I'm trying to point out in this video. You know, I don't know I just said a bunch of bullshit before I got to this point, but it's not easy every day to have confidence. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that it is because they're not even trying to have it. You stand tall, you slow your movements down, you move a little bit slower. And this is all unconscious behavioral shit. Like if you're just moving fast, you're just moving fast. You know what I'm saying? You don't typically think, let me slow down my movements. Hold eye contact like you're owning the moment. Hit the gym consistently, dress like you got your shit together, and speak with purpose. How many of these things can y'all control? Is what y'all need to be asking yourself. Because let me tell y'all something. When life hits you, it's like everything goes flying all over the place. Like you had a stack of papers in your hand and life just hits you, everything go flying around. And that's what the devil like. The devil likes seeing you in chaos. The devil likes seeing you in chaos. The devil don't like seeing niggas with no order. If you got order in your life, you're not gonna be running behind nobody. You're not gonna be codependent. You're not gonna be thirsty. You're not gonna be needy. You're not gonna be intertwining with losers. You're not gonna do none of that if life is going gravy for you. If life is going good for you, what business you got going over there shaking hands with people who are just low lives? No, no, you got no business doing that. And it all starts right here on this channel when I'm telling y'all about confidence. Confidence, a lot of people think confidence is just a personality trait. Confidence got something to do with how you dress. Hitting the gym costs money, so I'm gonna stop telling people to go to the gym for a little minute. Cause I'm not even in that motherfucker right now. But I'm gonna stop telling people to do that at least until a couple months from now. You know what I'm saying? It might be more useful if I tell people to do it when I'm actually in there. But right now, I'm not in there. You know what I'm saying? But it's other things outside of the actual gym that build confidence. I'm not doing no push-ups right now necessarily. I haven't done that in a couple weeks. That's the thing about life too. I want to point out. People don't understand like the devil. Like you feel me? The devil is just darkness, just like God is just lightness. If we want to bring it to like a metaphysical or like a spiritual or like a scientific lens, it's just like darkness and lightness, right? If we look at through nature, like so, like your energy is obviously something that the devil likes to drain, and the devil likes to keep you empty. You know what I'm saying? So, um, the material world is literally what the devil uses 100%. Like it's no doubt in my mind because through food and technology and like shit like that, like anything that could be manipulated or man-made, it's like you could easily fall into depression after fucking with those things. Like you could get a brand new iPhone and be like, yo, this shit's so fire, blah 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 blah. And then 2 days from then or a week from then, you spent about $200, $300 on that iPhone, but you just invested in something that's kind of like, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's like a bad bitch. It's like, yeah, it's nice, but it's like it's not really no different. Like it's different, but it's just different enough to keep you feeling like you doing something you're not really doing. Like it's you're the same motherfucker. You just got an iPhone or whatever the case may be. Like, and like I said, you got to be empty on the inside to even chase anything. And that's kind of like the paradox, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be empty to chase, right? You'll never see something like even a fish, right? The reason why it's like, oh, this red snapper is like, oh, I'm about to eat this littler fish, is because it's like, oh, well, I'm hungry. I'm empty on the inside. I'm hungry, or you don't drink unless you're thirsty. These are natural principles of mankind. These are natural biological traits that you can't. This inescapable biology. So as evil as it is, I mean, as natural as it is, it still could be weaponized. You know what I'm saying? It's because people tend to tie everything to nature to God. Like I know me, I do that because I love nature. So I naturally see everything in nature through a positive way. Like, oh, nothing can't be bad or negative. Like nothing can't be bad. Like I was just saying earlier, like if something dies, or so, like if your dog died, obviously it's a tragedy, but the same token is like, is it really a tragedy? Because it's a cycle of life. That's a little different, but it's still dark and light at the end of the day. Like it's hard to explain. It's an oxymoron. It's like your perspective could make you see things differently, but just because it's different don't mean it's right. Like just because I'm seeing shit differently don't mean it's right. So like two things could be true or right at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Yeah, because in nature, which is the principle of life, everything goes. Everything goes. Like I remember I was playing 2K with my cousin and he somebody I think I no, I was playing against my homie and my cousin was there. And I was just spamming with LeBron the whole time. Cause I'm like, this nigga think he about to win. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna spam him with LeBron. And I knew it was wrong deep down in my heart. I'm like, nah, it's fucked up. I should give him a fair chance. But I'm like, nah, fuck that, cause it is what it is, right? And my homie was really mad because he know like when we play, we try to keep it fair or whatever. We try to play like a real basketball game, like pass the ball around and shit. But even in a real game, they passing the ball to LeBron anyway. But my homie showed anger, like, damn, bro, you spamming. And my cousin was like, "So what? Stop it." And it was the funniest thing ever because it was like my cousin better than me and him at basketball. Like, my cousin really a basketball player. But that's the discipline part of like, okay, it don't matter how good LeBron is, you gotta stop him. If you don't stop, because even in real life, if the other team not stopping your best player, you're just gonna keep giving them the ball. So it was a principle in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, that I'm trying to tie that to what I was just saying about um something could be wrong. Like in nature, everything goes in nature. Like a lot of guys, like let's tie that back to dating real quick. Like a lot of guys get mad because like, okay, the bitch is sexy as fuck. You wanna fuck, but you can't. That hurts. Your pride, your self-esteem, your ego, whatever it is that you feel. It stings like a stingray. And you can't accept failure. Men can't accept failure. You know what I'm saying? And I think women also in their brain, they're like, why can't niggas just accept failure? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because as a woman, it's easier to accept failure. It's like, okay, I'm a woman. It's different. But they don't really understand that. Men and women are that much different. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's women who are masculine and men who are feminine, but at the end of the day, men are still men and women are still women, despite whatever the world is, um, portraying to be, right? And sometimes how I say this shit. Let me go back to my main point because I'm just rambling, scrambling, rambling. Uh, so you want to have locked in confidence, but the quiet kind, not loud bragging. You don't want your confidence to scream try hard, right? Which could easily happen. But if you correct that, you have it at a certain point. You want your confidence to be calm, like I know my worth type vibe, right? And like I was telling you, it's easier to have this energy. For me, I've seen it because I study myself and I study myself in different environments. If I'm in a toxic environment, obviously you're gonna feel off and then you're gonna be more performative based on you feeling inadequate in that environment. But if you're in an environment that's actually supportive and giving you a certain type of you know, support, like type of vibe, like if you're around your homies, like I'm gonna give you an example. If you're around your mom or your dad, they might not understand why you do half the shit you do. Like, that song by Will Smith, Parents Just Don't Understand. Like, that's biology to it, just to be honest. But when you're around your friends, it's like, oh nah, they understand 85% of everything. Now there's that, they're not gonna understand you entirely because you're a different person. But they're also not judging anything you're doing at the same, like it's like it's careless. And that carelessness could be helpful in terms of growth. Like I always talk about when I went to Job Corps is that you're an adult. Nobody is knows you enough. Nobody cares about you enough to really try to like, oh, I know this person. Like when people think they know you, that's when bad shit be happening, and that can actually hinder your confidence in a lot of different situations. And like I said, it creates an insecurity inside of you, which makes you performative. You know, understand what I'm saying? So your confidence is automatically on the line. So who you are when you're under your mom's roof, under your dad's roof, even around your cousins maybe or whoever, is not who you are when you're on your own. Keyword on your own. And I don't think that the term on your own is actually supported in America. A lot of people don't like independent people because independent people are masculine people. Even women, right? You see what the government, you know, make the woman independent, that made them masculine. I made a video last year about masculinity and femininity, and one of the traits in the masculine thing was freedom. Whenever any entity feels a sense of freedom, it's going to empower. That's an empowering energy. And that's why a lot of women, you can't, like, for you fellas out here, I can't even take these women serious because they're already coming at you the wrong way. Soon as they say, "Oh, I'll think about it," or "Oh, maybe next time," or whatever they do is showing their true colors. You know, but women don't. This game is not for women to understand. It's not for them to understand. It's for us to understand. When we understand it, we don't have to fall into weakness no more. You know what I'm saying? Have a girlfriend telling, some relationships, the girlfriend telling the guy everything to do. I don't seen this shit before. Not in my life, but I seen a guy, you know, going through that type of shit. And I said, how the fuck did he get in that situation? I didn't understand. It was bad. But you gotta protect your confidence. That's my opinion. In America, you gotta protect your confidence, bro. First of all, you gotta watch your family tree, and then you gotta watch your fucking town and the people inside of your town. Because people will gang up just to see you not have confidence. And it's not. It's funny to me because it's not really. It'll be inconspicuous. I think that's the right word. Let me see what the word inconspicuous mean real quick. I gotta make sense of this shit that I said. Inconspicuous. Inconspicuous means subtle. So you'll be like near one of your family members, and then you'll be like near somebody who is like not a family member. And those two people will come together to make you feel like you don't have any like no reasons to the shit that you say. Like so like they'll try to challenge your foundation, like in a way, if that makes sense. You feel me, D's? Like it'd be random. It'd be inconspicuous. That was the word I was using. Discreet. A lot of shit is very discreet. And that's why I'm a relationship coach because I'm trying to teach power moves, not weak shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like the thing about America, not to come at America crazy, but it's so many things that's hooked up in place where guys are basically just naturally failing. Like they're naturally running into nothingness. Like it's like they're born to be nothing. That's the crazy part. And I seen myself for X amount of years falling into that frame. Like in between, like I talk about Job Corps a lot, but in between those years, before and like kind of after, I wasn't doing nothing with myself. You feel me? And that's those years add up. You know what I'm saying? And how easy is it to go in the streets and flip a pack? You know what I'm saying? And do and uh wash, rinse, and repeat that because what's the other options? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't did DoorDash, I don't did Uber, all that shit. The screen on this shit a little smaller though. I ain't gonna lie. If I bring a so-called friend around and a family member, they'll try to come together to hate on me. Losers hang with losers. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. They don't hear you though. They don't hear you. Even the people. on the internet. Well, we only got a couple people in here today, but that's another thing right there. We gonna go live tomorrow, see how many people pull up. Gotta protect that confidence because they'll drain you. Now, facts. That's what, hey, this video is three things about sex appeal, and we talking about it right now. Your sex appeal on the line before you even walk outside. Like this shit. Wait, we going back to the roots of this channel. When I first made this channel, I talked about 10 things that kill your confidence before you even leave the crib, and we right back talking about this shit right now because like I just said, your confidence is what makes a woman want to fuck with you. Because they can't understand where why how, like it's kind of like they can't fathom a guy with confidence. It's like, why am I even in his presence? Do I even deserve to be in his presence? Like it's a total 180, you know what I'm saying? Total 180. They can't penetrate that. You know what I'm saying? They can't penetrate that. It's too gamed up. It's too gamed up. And so this is the word keyword right here. Fortify. You want to fortify yourself. You want to toughen and encourage. This is why people who go to church, and I'm gonna just be honest, men who go to church, they definitely got they fortified themselves. Cause you gotta have something about you. This is why I keep telling guys, you gotta have something about you. Either money, it gotta be looks, status, it gotta be something to where they can't play with you because it's an automatic rat trap if they do that. But that's what I think a lot of guys they don't understand. You don't understand what I'm saying, bro? It's like because like we said, number one is confidence. But it's not just confidence, it's the maintenance of the confidence. It's the maintenance of the confidence. Confident maintenance, confidence maintenance. Because I always talk about food, right? Food is important, but where we come from, where we come from, McDonald's is more likely than broccoli. You know what I'm saying? Where we come from, Pop Tarts are more likely than blueberries. You might have some blueberry Pop Tarts. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about that. You're eating sugar for breakfast. You're eating Pop Tarts for breakfast. That shit was straight though with the milk when you put it in the toaster, but outside of that, that shit was trash. Um, but yeah, you want your confidence to not be loud bragging, because it's gonna scream try hard. You want that calm confidence that I know my worth vibe. You want to stand tall, slow your movements, hold eye contact like you're owning the moment. And all of these things are trained behaviors. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't do this in your family dynamic, your family unit. Like bro just said, if you around people, they trying to pick apart your confidence before you even get off the porch. And then when you in the streets, you still moving like you in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because your body is being trained. Your unconscious is being, that's where the leash is. The leash is on your soul, the way you feel about yourself. That's why when you listen to music, you naturally start changing. Oh shit, okay, I'm ready to go fuck some bitches. I felt confident listening to this Tupac shit. I feel confident listening to this DMX shit. Okay. Because words hold frequency. And our body is made of what? Water. Water. Water is order. Water is order. So if your parent happened to be a square, then that's all that your body gonna hear. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna adhere to that square ass shit, and you're not gonna have confidence. 50% of America's parents are square. Everybody can't be a cool person. Everybody can't have. Everybody ain't gonna talk life into you. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen. So anyway, you gotta stand tall, slow your movements, hold eye contact like you're owning the moment. Women pick up on that energy instantly. Hit the gym consistently. Dress like you got your shit together and speak with purpose. The easiest way to speak with purpose is to actually have a reason for what you do. Now, I'm under the idea that every human being has a reason. If if you were born, you have a reason. You might not have recognized why you were born, like in your first 15 years of your life or something like that. You might just be average. You know what I'm saying? And that's dangerous because that's go back to what we were just saying. People think you average, then they see themselves in you. That's dangerous because they're like, okay, well, I could just come up to them and start talking about nothing. When you stop seeking validation and just are, that's when the appeal skyrockets. Dudes who's unfazed is the one everybody wants around. So seeking validation kills your confidence. Miss Hash Brown, what's good? It say zero people are in here. I don't know who the fuck is in here. I don't know why it say zero people. Shout out to Miss Hash Brown though. How you feeling? Yeah, we got the meta glasses on right now. What's good? What's good? Shout out to Miss Hash Brown in the building. What's good with you? We chilling, we chilling, we chilling. They say two people in here. I look good. You look good. Thank you though. Shout out to Miss Hash Brown in the building. They say three people in here now. How I been? I've been actually good. We did a video today too, like in the meta glasses, just me, like a vlog. I woke up, I went to the phone store, then I went to the thrift store, then I went to ShopRite. I did a couple, a little bit of approaches, little Riz shit, and just a little vlog, just a little vlog, just a little something. And I'm gonna probably post that tomorrow and see how it do in the algorithm or whatever. But uh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was solid. It was solid. You know what I'm saying? My boy Ahmad got me right. He even got my YouTube channel. It's like, what's your YouTube channel? Gave him my YouTube. Shout out to Ahmad, man. He hooked me up with an iPhone and shit like that. So that's my hopefully my videos are more clear. And then I got the meta glass, like I said. So, but I gotta get that shit to cover the light right here because that shit could they could see that shit sometimes. So. But yeah, 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 yeah. No, number one is confidence. And like we were saying, yo, when you stop seeking validation, see, that's the thing, even like when we talk about YouTube right now, it's like validation is a hard thing to not seek. You feel me? Like validation is hard to not seek at all. Like that's almost nearly impossible for niggas to not seek at times. I'm not gonna say it's like in totality impossible, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. I try to tie it back to the school system when they grade you A through F. If report, you have to report a report card. You have to report to people about how you misunderstood what they thought you should understand. Um, which is just a thought process. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in school, I felt like everything made sense on its own. Like whatever you saying, okay, 5 plus 5 is 10, that makes sense. I don't think that not to ridicule the school system. I don't think going through school for that amount of time is realistic. You learn how to add and subtract and multiply and divide. You're in the game. You know what I'm saying? You don't really need to know all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? As long as we know how to think and we know how to reason, we good. You know what I'm saying? That's good enough, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter, this is what school won't teach people. We're all different, gang. Like we all gonna think different thoughts at the end of the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of like the school system kind of makes people less unique. It's trying to derail the uniqueness over time. Cause from birth, we ain't the same. Like, and that's another thing that gets washed out of your brain when you go through that system. It's like you feel comfortable around strangers, which if the family unit was together the right way in the beginning, right? You will look at motherfuckers crazy and with way less trust. You'll be like, nah, like, yeah, she beautiful, but I don't trust her. You know what I'm saying? Right now, what we're seeing is the end result of the school system over the last what, maybe I don't know how many years, how many decades. And to me, in my humble opinion, that's made everybody more feminine. Everybody. Because you're more likely to smile instead of be like, who the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're in a grocery store, you see random people, you're more likely to be go along to get along or be, nice. So what I'm trying to say is school, yes, it's good for like learning math and shit, but your personality, you have to be sacrifice a part of your personality to even be there in the first place. Because you have to submit to even go to school. Like so, it's training you to be submissive is that's what I'm looking at. I'm not even looking at all the math and all the numbers and all that bullshit. I'm just looking at the square root of it, like you know what I'm saying. And then you're distracted every day on a daily basis. Cause when we look at the word confidence, confidence isn't just self. It's not just like being like outgoing or something like that. Confidence is being mean. Like you got to be able to be mean and protect and defend yourself. Confidence. When people say confidence, you got two different types. You got guy A and guy B. Guy B understands confidence differently. than guy A. Guy A is like, okay, confidence is going to a party and being loud in the party. That's female confidence. That's like what females would say is confident. But manly confidence is more like, okay, I'm proficient in the things I do. I could cut down a tree. I could shoot a bear. It's not about being loud. It's not about being seen. It's not about being heard even. Nothing. It's insensible. It's not sensible. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not really sensible. And this is why a lot of guys can't keep they bitches. Because as soon as the woman feels like she met you before, it's game over. It's GG's. And if you were raised by a woman, she's gonna feel like she know you because you operating like a bitch. Unconsciously though. Unconsciously. I had a childhood friend say I was mean when I was younger. That's wait, what she got to understand was I was setting my boundaries as an 11-year-old. Yeah, that's true. See, when we think about 11 years old, it's a different time era, different time period. To this day, she respected that low key got a heart for me. What you mean? Like, cause I wasn't mean growing up. Maybe some people thought I was, cause I was more. I'd say I was more outgoing a little bit. So like, it was like more confidence. Like it was more like I don't even know how to explain it. Some people did think I was an asshole though, but like you said, it was more like survival. I don't know how to explain that shit. It's like you young and running around and just getting into shit, and then it's like I think when I was younger, I was less thoughtful. Like I was less thinking about things. So it was like you live in so much in the present moment that whatever you first think is what you say, if that makes sense. So then people just be scared because they're like, I don't know what this nigga gonna say or what he gonna do. People were just more dangerous in the early 2000s, in my opinion, like from every angle. Like you ain't never know what nobody was gonna do. But now I'm not saying it's still like dangerous, but it's just when we talk about what makes a guy actually confident, because confidence, you could be in a flow state and people think, oh, if they meet you when you're in a flow state, they're like, oh, he's not he's not unconfident. What people think confidence is the lack of unconfidence. That's more feminine though, in my opinion, because that's just being in a flow state. That's feminine energy. Masculinity is not about flow state. It's about pushing through the resistance. That's why women like guys who don't give up fast. That's why women like guys that are consistent or guys that are like frequent. Like if you see a chick every day and you say something to her every day, they'll end up falling into your frame eventually because you're being divinely masculine. Now, somebody will disagree with that because two things could be true at once. You walking away from a bitch that's playing around is also very how can I explain it? It could be seen as masculine. She thought I was mean. We're grown now and she actually loves me, bro, like waiting to take it a step further. We just reunited type shit, childhood classmates in the 90s. I'm still on shit as a child. That's not me. That's my belief ingrained. That's what's up, bro. That she trying to that's what's up that she trying to lock in. That's what's up that she trying to lock in with you though. That's good news, you know what I'm saying? She respecting your vibe. She respecting how you coming with this shit. And that's all that women need to do. You know what I'm saying? Respect how a nigga moving and how he coming with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand for women. Let me break down their side of it real quick. Women feel like they met you before in most cases. They feel like, okay, I understand him. That's when shit go left a lot of times. When they feel like I understand this nigga. But number one on the list was confidence. And I wanna keep going on confidence, but we'll get back. I'll go live tomorrow on confidence alone. Cause that's a deep topic. It's so deep, it's a rabbit hole. Because I believe every man was born. We're not nothing alike. Every man's different. If you're black and you run into another black man, yeah, we got something in common. But there's so many different roots and different twigs and different things that create differences. And those differences be mattering the way shit play out. And that matters. But as long as every man know who he is, there does create more chemistry in a brotherhood manner. Because it's like, okay, cool, this nigga, we okay, this how he move, this how as a respect. So there is something about understanding with respect. Number two, sharp grooming and style game. Sharp grooming and style game is number two. Smell good, skin clear, fresh fade or whatever fits your look. A outfit, a clean fitted outfit that matches your body type beats designer logos every time. So I always say a pack of white tees go a long way. Like every month you should buy 2 packs of white tees. Add a signature scent that lingers just right. Nothing overpowering. This ain't vanity. It's respect for yourself and the people looking at you. When you look like you handle your business, people assume you handle other business too. Simple upgrade. Iron your shirt, moisturize, and wear clothes that actually fit. And that's important. That's important. These little things will take y'all sex appeal up another level. Take your sex appeal up another level. Number three, that playful, teasing charisma. Dead serious all the time, boring. Learn how to banter, throw light teases, and make her laugh while keeping a little mystery. This is where most guys are going to wreck the ship every time. They're going to wreck the ship every time. Because, like I always tell y'all, they're not even in proximity to the hole. So, if you're not even in proximity, that means you got to rely on meta. You gotta use phones. You gotta use internet. You gotta use, and this is where it gets spicy because guys don't understand how this shit really work. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not easy. It's not easy. Throw light teases and make her laugh while keeping a little mystery. Listen more than you talk, but when you do, drop stories, real experience with or real experiences with that smooth delivery. Flirt with confidence, but stay respectful. The combo of being fun and a little hard to read fully. I mean, to fully read. That's catnip. It shows emotional intelligence and that you're not thirsty. Stack these three and watch how people start reacting different. More smiles, more lingering looks, more opportunities. But real talk, the foundation is always work on you first. You already got the sauce. Just turn the heat up. Uh yeah, man. Hopefully we go live tomorrow. It's gonna be a bunch of more people in here, man. Because it's, from what it looked like, when I end this video, it's gonna say like 10 or 15 or 30 people or some shit. And I hope that's not. I hope that I'm missing comments and shit like that. Drop a one if y'all still in the chat though, man. Drop a one if you're still in the chat. So we're gonna also add a bonus one real quick, and this is my personal favorite. Is swag. At number four is adding swag to your delivery. Y'all know I identify as a communication coach more than anything. It's not easy to be swaggy. So you want to add swag to your delivery. Delivery is what separates the smooth operators from the dudes who sound like they rehearsed in the mirror. It's not just what you say, it's how you drop it. Pause. Here's how we lock that in. Number one, slow it down and own the pause. Rushed words equals nervous energy. This is very important. Like, this is overly important because, like I was telling y'all, if you were raised in an environment where that's already domino number one, family environment, family dynamic. Then you got to look at your town, like your city or your neighborhood or your town, because those two things as a combination, like a spark plug, and those two things control your nervous system entirely because these things create synergy where though you don't move like a king, and it's more important that you move like a king than you even are one. That's what's so crazy. Because if you move like a king, you're gonna go up in rank. But if you are a king and you move like a peasant, then you're gonna go down in rank. You know, you're still a human being that can climb a ladder socially at the end of the day. or de-escalate from that. You know, it's the word um, cascade from. You know, it doesn't matter. Just like with women, it's really politics. If you make her nervous system feel good, she's gonna like you. If she feel comfortable around you, she's gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try not to focus on looks so much because those things matter, but it's really gonna be how she feels around you entirely. So rushed words equal nervous energy, and I like to look at NLP, right? So NLP is a study called neuro linguistic programming, and it's very important because it basically has a lot to do with the nervous system and the way the body works and stuff like that. And I'm big on breathing techniques, and I'm big on like oxygenation and shit like that. So I noticed within myself, like you gotta use every weapon to your disposal. So like your breath is a weapon because your breath, like even right now, I'm breathing differently than I was when I started off this video, and it's because the shit I read on this phone unlocked the part of my, I guess the part of my brain that wasn't thinking about this shit right here. And now that I'm thinking about this, now that this information has came into my consciousness, I'm taking more strategic breaths in between my sentences, which is very important because slowing it down and owning the pause, it has a lot to do with my delivery, and my delivery has a lot to do with the people that's watching the video, and that shit is crazy, but it is what it is. Rushed words equal nervous energy. Slow your roll. Speak like you. Wait, hold on. Speak like you got all the time in the world. See, and that's the thing that I wanted to say about the family dynamic you grew up in. If you grew up in a situation where people made you feel, and then again, school and shit like that made you feel like you had to get up and get out the house every day, that's kind of like bad because it's like you're from birth being told that like okay you're on somebody else's time before you even understand what time really is, which is a masculine trait once again, because freedom is time. Like just like with jail, when they put you in jail, they're giving you time. You're like, oh, I'm serving time. And when you're in jail, you lose time. Um, like you say, speak like you have all the time in the world. When you're in jail, you the first thing you start thinking is, I don't got all the time in the world. I'm already 30. I'm in jail for 15 years. Will I even live? Like that's what they make you insecure. You're like, will I even live till 45? You know what I'm saying? You don't even know. So now you're like, well, if I get out, then my time is cut even shorter on the planet. So now I'm gonna behave a specific type of way. So it has a lot to do with your behaviors, and time is intertwined. So again, if you talk like you got all the time in the world, that demonstrates a level of authority which is unconscious because time is invisible. All people ask themselves is all their nervous system or their mirror neurons say is this person must be important because they're moving like they got time. And this is all happening, I guess, in either their reptile brain or some part of their brain that fires off that says, "Oh, that person's important. You got to get on their dick." Um, and again, a lot of this happens outside of choice, right? A lot of this happens outside of choice when we talk about this type of shit. And it's why you got to be very careful when it comes to your nervous system and the way people could play you by making you feel like like you got to rush. Like a lot of times, narcissists will say stuff to you like this, like, "Oh, you're getting old," or this and that. It's a very narcissistic thing to say because you're not getting old. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, slow your roll. Speak like you got all the time in the world. And even with YouTube, I seen that if I slow down and talk slower, the stream ain't going nowhere. The live stream ain't going nowhere. In fact, we do have all the time in the world. And this is what the devil don't want you to think, because if you put the key into that lock and you twist it, pause, you're gonna see that, okay, what does it really mean to be enlightened, to not be in the dark? Like, so if you put the key into that ignition and you twist it, what opens up is that, hey, I have more time on the planet because fate is real. Fate is real. Meaning, can't nobody do nothing to you unless it's your time. Cause even if someone can do something to you, only one person could do it. So you got people on the planet who move like every day, like life is dangerous. But it's only going to be dangerous one time out of a million different opportunities for it to be dangerous. There's only that one time where it's like, okay, this is actual danger. But like, you're born once and you die once. So everything in between that is just you acting like a sissy or not. But that's totally um like your own, like, that's your own like makeup, mental makeup. Like what your mind is, that's your own mental story that you tell yourself. Like if you walk up to a chick, like, okay, there's been times where I walk up to chicks and I'm thinking like, okay, this shit is type scary type shit. But there's been a million times where I walked up and I'm like, this shit is not scary. What's the difference? It's just the story that my mind is framing it as. They're both beautiful, but my brain is saying two different things at two different times. For whatever which reason, I don't know. I can't tell you. But it's low, the location of my thoughts is different, you know. But again, I think it all boils down to how you're breathing, maybe what you ate. Certain foods make you have more chaos in your thinking, which creates anxiety, which creates fear. And you believe the somatic feelings are believable. If you feel in your body that, like, oh damn, she's beautiful. If you feel that in your body, it's your brain is going to submit to that body feeling, unless you got enough game to stop it. Like, that's why I say guys should perform when they don't feel like performing, because that creates more of a, like a like, when you actually don't have that resistance there, you're gonna be better. You're gonna be better. Mm. So yeah, slow it down. Speak like you got all the time in the world. Drop a line, then pause. This is very important. People never do this. Guys of today never do this. Like, we literally feel like we gotta fill in every blank moment in our life. How does that become? Pause. Like, how do we feel like we gotta fill in every blank moment? Because you know what, guys? They like, they're questioning, why is there a blank moment? Why is there a blank moment? Shouldn't every moment be like it was in middle school and high school? Where, listen, I had a lot of bored moments in my life, whether no matter what grade I was in, no matter what year it was. We like to to think the early 2000s was better than now, often. And there's many times where I was bored as fuck. And when I was younger, I used to think like, damn, I'm bored as shit right now. But we just don't let bored moments force us to do fuck shit, like chase somebody or double text somebody or. And I don't told y'all to double text last year, but I don't do that. I don't really do it at all now this year, um, because I'm just not on that type of time. It's just useless right now. It was conditional, is what I'm trying to say. At the time, at the time, it made sense to do it. It don't make sense right now because the whole thing about game is testing the woman's temperature if she got the hots for you or not. So soon as you come into either approaching her or matching with her on an app or however y'all come into each other's existence or reality, I'm looking at her feet as far as do she walk away from me or towards me in any given situation. If there's an opportunity for her to come see me, what do she act like? Do she act like, okay, I gotta make him feel like we're both um like a lot of women have ego trips. Like I just made the video yesterday on the female ego, and they want guys to feel like, okay, I don't want this guy to feel like every time he called me, I'm just gonna run, or however, because women, you got to remember, fellas, they spend their whole life in their feelings, the majority of their life in their feelings. Like even the most feminine, sensitive guy still has to be more logical than a woman, and that's the part no one talks about. The biological differences. No one talks about that. There's a big difference because we gotta relate to women and shit like that, and it's not game at all. But hold on, let me see. Drop a line, then pause. Let it breathe. So if you strategically went out in public, because obviously through text and shit like that, there's an automatic pause there, but that pause is a little bit more. I would say, I would say the pause that's through text is weird, but the pause that's through in real like face to face dynamics, that's your time to shine. Because over the phone, women, I feel like women rule the phone game right now. Like the average guy is average, so he's not going to even know what to say on the phone. But in person, it's going to be different. Because even on the phone, you gotta like not fill in every fucking don't fill in every fucking second. But the problem is that if you don't know what the fuck to say, then you're gonna have a hard time. Especially if that bitch is medium or low interest. So drop a line, then pause, then let it breathe. If you say something like, you was looking good when I seen you today when I approached you. See, when you know what you're saying is gonna hit her nervous system, you will pause, like a compliment or something like that. Most guys do pause after when they say something intentional, and I guess that's the key word I'm looking for. You want to be intentional. That's a very important word. This live actually getting me to think. right now, getting my brain to open up. Game is easier when you're intentional. It's harder when you're loose with your conviction. Meaning, if you dating a chick and you kind of like her, your game gonna be a little weaker in most cases, unless you're a real pimp. But niggas ain't that, you know. A lot of niggas ain't that. A lot of niggas is squares trying to be a pimp, right? So they gonna fall into the cracks of this shit automatically because the pimp has intentions. His intentions are pure, even though from the square perspective it look evil, but from a street perspective it's pure. He's just trying to make some money. Um, but at least he has his intentions are like honest. Like they're like it is what it is. I'm outright like I'm about money. This is what I'm about. A guy that's a square, if he ain't trying to make that woman his wife or girlfriend, uh, his intentions are going to be loose, as in he just wants sex or something in between like that. And then that's going to create room or space for the woman to act like, okay, we both running the show or I'm running the show or whatever. Because she's not really going to be somatically like her nervous system is not going to respect that type of program because it's not direct enough. That's my opinion. Hopefully somebody watch this tomorrow and comment under. Let me know if I'm tripping or not. But I know NLP. They say NLP works better when you have a goal. So that makes sense even in that. Like if you don't have a goal for talking to her, then that creates awkwardness to a degree, like room to think. And you don't want a woman to think you want her in her femininity, her feelings. Like like, and this bothering me because I'm the type of nigga I don't be wanting to cuff shit. Like I ain't never wanted to cuff, even when I was a young nigga. Like not really a cuffing type of guy. And because I'm not a cuffing type of guy, it makes it to where it's like a hopeless road for women. Like they're like, okay, well, if I'm gonna get this nigga, I gotta really get this nigga because he's not really gonna. I'm not gonna really. Do you want to be my girlfriend? Like I'm not gonna do that shit. I did that shit probably once or twice, but yeah, I don't really be asking that type of shit. And again, if you really really like my type, and I'm really feeling you, then maybe. But that white picket fence shit don't really be making sense sometimes. But hold on. Slow your roll, speak like you got all the time in the world, drop a line, then pause. Let it breathe. That little silence builds tension and makes everything you say hit heavier. So let's go back. That little silence builds tension. And I'm doing it right now. And I can feel it. And I'm sure like whoever watches this can feel it too. But it's just shocking how we can read this and not know how to perform this. Because like, and I said this in a video a couple weeks ago, the prettier the woman is, the less you're gonna actually do this. You're not gonna slow anything down because you're perceiving the pretty woman as a cheetah, a fast moving cat. Like I don't got time to move slow. This bitch moving fast. That's common sense. But common sense is not what gets you laid. That's what's I guess the conundrum here, like common sense is not what gets you laid. And that's crazy to me. I'm sure it's crazy to a lot of other people too. But you'll ask yourself, why is it when I talk with with less speed do women get horny? Why does that happen? And I guess you just got to get to a point where you quit questioning shit because that's what your brain is going to continuously do. Because power isn't a concept that they teach you in school. Power is not a concept that is going to be taught to you in school. And so 50 Cent is somebody, if you watch an interview from 50 Cent, I feel like he's the master of frame control. Like, but there's been times in my life where, like, I remember one time at Job Corps, I got in trouble, got called to the office, and it's because I was doing some freaky shit with a bitch. But I got called to the office, and they was trying to act like I was in trouble and shit, and I was just sitting there, and my frame was so solid that I was just sitting there like, yo, y'all ain't really mad at me. Like that was my thought process. Like y'all not really mad at me about this shit. And it was like we want to put him in trouble, but we can't. You know what I'm saying? He not the type of nigga we could really put in trouble. Like, like I don't know, but I just will own it. Like, oh yeah, I was just trying to fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't say that, but that was the energy. But anyway, that little silence builds tension and make everything you say hit heavier. Little silence. That little silence builds tension and makes everything you say hit heavier. Example, instead of you look nice tonight, hit them with, damn, you looking dangerous tonight. Pause. Slight smirk. Boom. Swag delivered. Number two, voice tone and that low vibe. My hat say low right now. Slow and low. Voice tone and that low vibe. Deepen your tone just a notch, which I have a hard time doing, but we're gonna figure it out one day, maybe in 2027. But my voice continuously is how it is. Some people like my voice though, but I don't see what they see. Hmm. Deepen your voice just a notch, not fake, just relaxed. And this is why I said it's important to understand how to breathe properly because if your body is relaxed, then your voice naturally goes down an octave, at least one octave. And when that happens, women are sexually attracted to that. Talk from the chest, not the throat. A lot of this shit is just energetic. Like, and this is why journaling matters too, because words really hold weight. And when you journal, your body, it's like it tells you, because the body holds memory. So even when I was growing up, a lot of time you're being talked to by authority, which creates you to have it makes you not talk from a position of authority. And that's two different voice tones. Like your tone is literally sacrificed in that situation. But it's somatically, it's the way your body is feeling, it's the way you feel and the way you come across, which is a good term to use, like come across, pause. It's like because you could talk up, you could talk down, or you could talk across. Like the word come across made me think of like Like when you talk, it's like your words, the way something sounds has a lot to do with the direction. And the direction has a lot to do with how you feel about yourself. But how you feel about yourself has a lot to do with how you feel in your inside of your body. But how you feel inside of your body has a lot to do with just like your day-to-day behavioral patterns. Like if you go to the gym every day, that's a masculine activity. You naturally gonna talk a little different than if you just sit on your ass and eat like Mike and Ike's all day or some shit. Deepen your voice just a notch, not fake, just relax. Talk from the chest, not the throat. Add a little playful rasp or smoothness depending on the vibe. Mix in light laughs or that knowing chuckle mid sentence. Some people might have to practice that. Women feel that vibration. Practice in the mirror or record yourself. Record how you tell a story and cut the ums and tell a story and cut the ums. Oh, my bad. Cut the ums and high pitched filter. Smooth delivery sounds like you already know how this night's gonna go. I like that metaphor because it's very true. If I'm talking in the mall with a chick and I'm already picturing me sleeping with her tonight, my body will naturally act out that direction, like I was just saying earlier, and it becomes hard to fuck that up. I'm just that's how I see it. It's hard to fuck that type of shit up because direction is more important than like I want to say facts or truth. Like truth, like direction is more important than truth because the truth could be, oh, I'm not that into him, but the direction she's walking in and the direction I'm walking in are in the same direction. That changes the truth because she might suddenly feel like, oh, well, this guy is actually really trying to sleep with me, or like feelings. What I'm trying to say is feelings create chemistry. Feelings over facts is what I'm trying to say. Feelings over facts. When it comes to dating, it's feelings over facts. So smooth delivery, smooth delivery sounds like you already know how this night's gonna go. So that's the thing. It is why I always say experience is king because if you're talking to a woman like, okay, I already know what we're gonna do tonight. I already know how it's gonna go. That energy brings sexual tension. Number three, body language, eye contact combination. Delivery ain't just mouth, pause. It's the whole package. Lean in slightly when you talk. Keep strong but chill eye contact. Don't stare like a psycho. And use your hands with purpose. Small controlled gestures. Throw in a light touch on the arm at the right moment if the vibe is right. Walk with that relaxed shoulder roll, chin up. When your body says, I'm the prize, while your words flow easy, the sex appeal triples. Pro move, practice on low stakes convos first. Cashier, barista, friends, Turn regular shit into flirty banter with that swag delivery. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. You already got the foundation. Now we're polishing the presentation. So instead of saying something like, hey, baby, come here, it works sometimes, but it's giving, I'm trying to pull you like a corner store run. We finna put some real swag on it so it hits smoother and makes her feel wanted instead of summoned. Hey, come here real quick. Said low and slow. Hey, come here real quick. Hey, come here real quick. With a little head tilt and half smile like you already know she's trouble. Hey, come here real quick. Yo, bring that over here. Nah, that's better. I ain't gonna lie. Slight smirk, eye contact, lock, voice dropped a notch. Yo, bring that over here. Maybe a small beckoning motion with your hand out. Wait, with your hands, but chill, not aggressive. Mm. And all of this shit is easier in real time. Like, you cannot compare when you're in the house bored, like I am right now, saying this shit, to if I'm in a bowling alley in front of some fine shit. I'm gonna be like, yo, come here. It's naturally some swag in there. It's not really something I'm trying to do. Now it does help to practice because practice not only makes perfect, because I'll be lying if I said that bullshit, but practice makes awareness. Practice makes scholarness. Practice makes almost perfect, like a replica of perfection, because it's like a painter just could paint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm doing this shit all the time, it's like second nature, you know what I'm saying? And this is why we made today's video, because I want fellas to raise their sex appeal, and I want to raise mine as well. And I understand that confidence and all this shit we talked about today, it's not something that you just are born with, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just not, you know what I'm saying? It's like a skill and shit like that. And then you got to protect your confidence because there's so many vultures, human beings on the planet, that people literally prey on people who either lack confidence or people that's trying to gain confidence. It's very easy to come in and just, you know, change their programming. That's not what we want. We don't want that type of shit because it's just not um helpful. It's not useful for what we're trying to do in 2026 summer. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to take over. We're trying to build. We're trying to expand with life. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is not easy. But yeah, man, a lot of y'all be saying I be yapping, and I'm not trying to be yapping, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be yapping. Soon as we finish this video, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with the video. And it's 555. It's going on 555. So make a wish, whatever the fuck. I wanna say a couple more things before I go though. I really enjoy women that make it easy for me. I really, really do. A woman, and I never heard this term until my mom told me that my uncle got a girlfriend, and he said that his girlfriend is easy to talk to or something like that. And that was interesting because I never looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying? I never looked at it like that. Like, oh, a woman got to make it. She got to be easy to talk to. Like, I never thought about it like that until I heard that. And I don't, it's like 50-50 for me. Like, I agree that a woman who is easy to talk to is high interest. I do believe that. But usually a woman that's easy to talk to, she's feminine. But I think that I'm 30 right now. I think like guys my age or a little younger, they just like a challenge. And I think that liking a challenge is fun. And it really feel like it's a testament to how much game you got. You know what I'm saying? When you really gotta knock her off her feet or knock her down like a tree in order to actually make some shit happen. It's like, damn, if I ain't have this much game, I wouldn't have got it. You know what I'm saying? And it also make you feel like other niggas can't get it because I don't have to have too much game to get it. But a lot of shit could be looked at two different ways. You know what I'm saying? But when we talk about game, like all the stuff we just named earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you even want a girlfriend? Do you want rosters? Do you want holes in different area codes? Do you want like what do you want? And knowing that creates better conversation. I like a woman that I could talk to about things that other people might think I'm weird about, or they might just judge. Like, and I always told y'all if I tell a chick, hey, I'm a vegan or this or that, that could be that's territory for a chick to look at you sideways, or for a chick to look at you like, damn, this motherfucker actually, she might be on that. See, one thing I realized about what we call chemistry or alignment or whatever, it's just about being in the same, doing the same shit. If I don't become your man, you still gonna do that. Like, if you meet a chick and she eats salads every day, and me and her conversation become about eating healthy, that lets me know that I don't even have to be around her and she's still gonna eat salads. That means that with or without me, she's doing the right thing. Now, is that a testament to my game? No. In a way, I mean, you found a chick that's doing shit that you find attractive, so in a way, that could be framed that way. But the true testament is when you talk to any woman, what are the five things you typically bring up during the conversation, whether they like it or not? If I bring up, hey, I like a woman that's healthy. Do you eat salads? Question mark. I don't already met women who eat this way. I eat this way when I'm eating my most healthiest diet. I'm eating, I'm fasting, I'm eating fruit, and the most I'm doing is eating a salad. So I already know that's my cutoff. If I go fish or anything heavier, it changes everything. A lot of other people on planet Earth or in my town or in my tri-state or whatever, they can eat whatever they want and still feel like themselves. I actually got something to lose by doing what I see everybody else can do. So when I meet a woman that can match my energy in that specific area, to me, that's like a, I don't want to say it's a red light or green light, but it's just like, it's like, hey, that's you get a pass that other women can't get automatically because you're actually standing out in a way. And it's like I'm consecutively continuously running into women who don't eat that way. That's that's rare, right? And that's what I think a part of game also is genuinely figuring out what's rare and what's fake rare. Because when you're young, when you're in your early 20s, you think just because a bitch is bad that she's rare. But when you're in your 30s, you really understand like a diamond for real, like what a real like a genuinely like a diamond. Like you really see that shit, and can't no little nigga tell you anything different. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody in their 20s come up to me and be like, bro, she just cause she a vegan, don't they can't tell, they can't move me. I'm a man. But when I was in my 20s and I was eating a lot of Chinese food, whatever, that all we had was the bad bitches, the bitch that looked the best. The bitch that looked the best was the best. Cause we were just trying to fuck, right? So that shit does matter. And to be honest, the older you get, the more I'm like attracted to these older chicks. So it's like they don't gotta be a perfect 10 or a perfect 9. They just gotta like that older shit is sexy. So it's like with the older you get as a man, you don't even compare shit to what other niggas got going on or nothing. Like you don't care that your bro, oh damn, bro, she a little overweight. You don't really answer to nobody the older you get. Like when you're in high school, like I was saying about that school shit earlier, your whole life is fucking fake. So like when you get like 25, 30, you only want to be a man, make your money, and worry about yourself. And if a woman bringing value, then she's gonna supersede automatically. And as you get older, you only spend your time in places that make sense to be in. You you know what I'm saying? So a woman she gotta be perfect. At least with the couple first things, the non-negotiable things. I could sleep with any chick that eat any type of diet, but I can't really respect any chick that eat any type of diet. Like I can't really respect you, and that's why you could be a sexy woman or a cute woman, whatever, and niggas you still have issues in relationships just because your dietary shit is off. And for us too, you could be handsome, but then you going to McDonald's, KFC, this that, you know, you're gonna have a hard time. Opposed to going to Whole Foods and grabbing a bunch of fruit and eating that, you're gonna be way more durable. You're gonna have better sex life, better confidence, better leadership skills. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be more sexually like charged. You're gonna be ready to crush something. So that could be an issue depending on how you manage that. That could be that could be turned into a weakness. But if you manage that, I'm saying you could do anything, bro. Because like I said, the right woman is a woman is righteous and she's teachable. Being teachable is something that I also believe is dietary. A woman that's eating alkaline food every day is way more coachable than a woman that's eating a McGriddle and shit because she don't got self-esteem. Like self-esteem come from food. If you're eating some bullshit, you can't even think. When I eat bullshit, my brain is not working the same way when I'm eating some other shit. So I'm more likely to crash out automatically, opposed to if I'm really eating healthy shit. It's like, bruh, no, I'm not perfect, but it's gonna be close enough to it, close enough to perfect. Cause you eating God's food at that point. That's God food when you're eating fiber, H3O, fiber, oxygen, potassium, whatever the fuck is in that, vitamin D. And then I hear people talking about sunlight. I don't really get sunlight, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when I go outside, I get sunlight, but I hear a lot of shit about the fake sun and all of this crazy shit. When people start saying a bunch of shit on Facebook and bunch of bullshit, I just departure. I don't listen to it. I don't want to hear bullshit that next month I'm not gonna be hearing. Like it's not even gonna be popular. It's a waste of my time. But yeah, man, I don't know why I feel how I feel today. I did eat some bullshit earlier. I don't say bullshit. It's like I had some Jamaican food earlier. So I really fucked up. So yeah, technically some bullshit, but it was healthier than if I ate some other bullshit like McDonald's or something like that. That would have really been some bullshit. You know, I had some reputable shit, reputable shit. You know what I'm saying, chat. But yeah, after y'all watch this video, that sex appeal should be at least go up by 1 point. At least 1 point. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit, getting a haircut, we even mentioned that. I got a shorty right now that want to give me a tattoo for $40. But I gotta stack my money back up, man, cause after I bought this iPhone and shit, my money a little funny. And I gotta keep my transportation on the road. That's number really to me, that's my number one thing for myself that's keeping me in the game. Because as soon as you stop approaching women, you're subjective to only the women that's in your phone. You're not meeting any new prospects. When you don't meet any new prospects, guess what happens? The women that's in your phone start playing around. Nobody's gonna tell you this. I'm gonna keep that shit 1,000 with you. This is a game of odds. What's most likely to happen? And I'm telling you what's most likely to take place. See, man. Yeah, man. I can't even trust the view count. bitch ass fan. I'm officially a iPhone user, and I'm loving it, man. Absolutely. Absolutely loving the iPhone game. Treat me right. Treat me right. You know what I'm saying? Yo, D's, you still in here? I see you commented something. I wish I could play chess, bro. My boy Lee still in here. Yo, D's, what you want to talk about, bro? Going crazy right now. Oh, nah, phones just going crazy. Oh, shit. What's up, Joseph? What's up? I'm trying to see the comments that you had put before, because I know you probably responded. This shit freezing and shit. I might follow through, bro. We know each other, you know. Miss Hash Brown was in here. I don't know if she's still in here. How do you feel about long distance relationship? Hash Brown, I thought you asked me that before. Oh, I still feel the same exact way. Nah, I feel a little different. I feel a little different because I feel the same way, but I feel a little different because I got an iPhone now, so I could do FaceTime more, and my travel game is a little better right now. So, but I also feel like Facebook is a good app, and I've been fucking with Facebook lately. I feel like Facebook is a good app for long distance. Yeah, double texting ain't it no more anymore. Yeah, I ain't double. Yeah, it's just a waste of time. Like it's 50-50 though still, cause it's like no, it's not. I ain't Cause I'm at a point now where it's like I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm not changing. I'm not changing what I'm saying at all. Like I said what I said. So if you don't see what I said, and you don't want to write back to the shit I said, then I don't know what to do. I just go out and approach. Yo, Mooch, what's good, bro? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, man, I'm getting ready to call it quits because this shit don't even say the time. Should say 121 minutes. I think that's 2 hours and 21 minutes. I don't know. But I think like 2 hours, bro, or 3 hours. Going on three, 2.5, something like that. Look at this thumbnail, and that shit don't look. That shit look bad. Where you got a chick number? How? What happened? You approaching 15 a day? The goal is to have an ecosystem. You can never rely on one unless that one is wifey material. You can never rely on one. She was on some take me to a restaurant to get to know her type shit. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Because they want you to think a real woman is a woman that's taking the lead. I told that bitch no. Take this dick. See what I'm saying? The great equalizer. That's the equalizer. Because it don't gotta go that way. That's the thing that they're not trying to tell you. They don't got they you know balance her taking that dick. Cause it's like who she thought she was. I told her come through. She was saying I'm a stranger. That's because you didn't talk to her. Like it's a couple things. Number one, you approach her. I just made a video yesterday talking about the female ego. And I said 85% of women, when you approach them, 85% of them automatically think, okay, he's after me. He want what I got. So that leaves you with two options. Yeah, like or one option. See, women like a guy that's a mystery, but also a guy that's being perceived as honest. You don't have to be being honest, but you have to be perceived as honest. Meaning,
I don't want to take it to the pickup artist community, but in the pickup artist community, it's three phases: attraction, comfort, seduction. Seduction, you could just you don't got to think about that at all because you're not gonna get to seduction until you master the first two anyway. And the first one is easy approach. I mean, attraction is pretty much if you look like me, then it's pretty much gonna happen under your nose regardless. But saying when you're deliberately doing attraction, you have to open the conversation. Then you have to show her why should she fuck with you in the conversation, which pickup artists call demonstrating higher value. That could just be you flirting and teasing or something. And then you have to, I guess, get her to a point where she's looking at like, how can I get with him? So it's like the third, it's three phases to attraction. By the third phase, she's kind of trying to win you over. And this could all happen on the first approach. If I'm in a thrift store and I see some fine shit, I walk up. I just give a chick my Instagram or my number, and I just like I just keep it moving these days because I don't really got time to do that shit all day, which is in the middle, and it stands for comfort, which to me is my favorite phase because I believe everything in the universe revolves around comfort. And even the guy who created those three phases, he says the game is usually won in comfort. And I find that to be genuine because everything we talked about today has a lot to do with comfort. Your nervous system, the school system, so like the chick you're talking to right now, aka I'm not comfortable. My nervous system, I don't even feel like I'm fucking somebody I know. Cause she could have met anybody and he could have made her feel like they already know each other based on his ability to recognize the puzzle. This is why I love chess. Because her race, you got to like if she's a chick that act more hood, like she from the from all those details. This is why I say chess is the best game because it's a puzzle. Mid game is like a puzzle. The beginning, we all start off as strangers, so it's all equal. The end, somebody's getting fucked. But in the middle, who can make who feel most comfortable? If you got your crib set up, which I don't have, you got wine around, you got a TV, a projector, you got these little items around the crib. Those are all comfort building items because when you pour a woman a drink, see what I'm saying? When you pour a woman a drink, or when you tell her you're going to pour her a drink, all you got to do when you're approaching a woman is think about comfort. Am I, I be thinking like this. Like I approached a couple chicks yesterday. Before I even approach a chick, I'm outside doing something. And I say to myself, what, how can I or can't I fuck up comfort? Because most guys, that's how they, sex is already implied between man and woman. God put that there. So it's like you got to fuck it up in order for it to be fucked up. Oh, my bad. This shit tripping. Bro, how I just learned how to play chess on Duolingo, and I love that shit now. I've been playing my whole life off the board. So when I got on it, it flows so naturally on the strategic side. What you mean? I'm on chess.com at game. My name is Game GLW. Chess. Puzzles. That's what I had to realize. You're not always starting off from the beginning. Most of the time, you're starting off from where the last guy left her off at. Oh, I don't like light skinned guys like that. She's not even reacting to you naturally. She's reacting to how she feel about your prototype. Them RPG games made the transition smooth. I just won my 50th game last night. God bless the game of chess. It implements well in the game of life. No facts. And that's another thing. Women is not a table. They're one of the legs of the table. We could replace the legs of the table. We can't replace the table. It seems good now. Okay, back. Yeah, so a woman is a easily replaceable. This is what they need to realize, get through their fucking skull. We're all replaceable. Humans in general are fucking could die and shit. But I'm just saying, in terms of dating dynamics, they are measly, but they need to be reminded of that periodically. I don't make up. I'm not God. I'm just calling a spade, man. And I'm telling you, she didn't cover this. Some did. Chess is also an accountability game. I play bullet chess. I play fuck this shit tripping, man. No, I was saying I play bullet chess 3 minutes against real life opponents. And after the game, I got Carl Magnus as my fucking the guy that review my game. And I look at each move and I listen to what he say. And I compare that shit to dating dynamics all the time. I'm like, it's not easy to compare it because you got to really try to make it make sense. Meaning you have to know what turns women off. Absolutely. And when you know that, that's when you're like, okay, damn, like, what did I do wrong? It's the game. To me, it helps with self esteem because a lot of people, when you think about emotions, emotions are something that it's like, I don't want to say it's an uncontrollable thing, but like chess don't require emotions really. It requires strategy. And strategy, your strategy could be to use your, like for women, their strategy is to use their emotions. Our strategy is to use less emotion. Like you might not like the fact that like Mooch was thinking like, man, I just want to fuck this bitch. But your strategy, I mean your emotion or your lust, which is an emotion, conquered you. Like I had to figure this shit out for myself. Like I wouldn't approach you if I didn't want to fuck you. See, like I said earlier, Mooch, you got two options. You can either act like you're not trying to fuck, or you can just be more honest. Either way, you got to approach the next woman. So it's not a game of fair. It's not a game of any emotion. It's a game of numbers. It's a number game. It's literally a number because it's accountability. Whether like I approached a couple chicks yesterday. I got home. I said, should I check my Instagram to see if any of them wrote me back? And I'm like, why would you do that? I'm like, you that's what you've been doing last year, and that shit is like something you're gonna do eventually, but it's not something like I'm saying on how to move in real life. I've always found a way out of anything, always solving puzzles and even for others. So I'm saying when I play chess, the game it flows. I used to be intimidated. Nah, facts. I used to look at chess and be like, hell nah. Intimidated by chess, I'm saying because I always loved the game. Checkers. Either way, it's still strategy. Chess uses more strategy since it deals with different pieces. Nah, facts. Facts. There's so many different ways to look at this shit. And that's another thing. It's a perspective game as well. Like because like you said, there's so many different pieces. It's like, okay, what a piece symbolizes to you might when we compare it to other things in life and dating might be different than how I'm looking at this shit. I told her in the future, and then she was like, "And do what?" And that's what I'm saying. Like she's giving you two options every time. You can either say some shit, makeup type shit, or you could say some straightforward type shit. But you can't keep letting a woman question you. See what I'm saying? Because women are they're not even slick. The thing is that they're just when they're going up against an opponent that's inexperienced, then they don't need to be slick. They just asking you a blatant question. Like that's how dangerous. Like they're slick by nature because like a snake. Like you gotta think about a snake. Like we talked about the other day. A snake is not sneaky because it's gonna hiss. It's gonna show you like I'm not that interested. Also, get the fuck away from me. But if you go towards it, it's gonna do one thing and one thing alone. But if you're charming enough, and this is what I said the other day, we were talking about the snake analogy. If you're a snake charmer, if you are a snake charmer, which means that you mean the only nigga that's gonna be a snake charmer is a nigga that's extremely interested in snakes. And that's why he's gonna be masterful because he's really interested. That's why women only date niggas that got game because they like, why would I date a nigga who don't even like women enough to actually be trying to fuck? But that's why she's questioning you because she's like, this nigga came up to me with some half-ass game. He ain't really do enough in the first place, and now he trying to get some ass. But I'm not even in the key word, the mood. That's all it is putting her in a mood to pre-expose her to what you're trying to do. You want to slickly paint that picture. You want to slickly throw in little jabs towards what you're trying to do. Set the tone, set the mood, set the scenery, set her senses, set her five senses on what you're trying to do. Say something like we could get together, I'm light some candles, do this, that, and the third, have a romantic night. Something. But be a good sport about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Be sporty about this shit. Do everything everything as if you're going to get another chance to do it tomorrow with a different chick that's even better. Because you will. Everything is practice until you actually fucking. That's how I look at the world. I look at everything as practice. Everything is practical. You know, a clown that tied the balloons together, he's just like, I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I like pranking you. I like playing with you. I'm a good sport. I like doing this shit. And it's not until you get like that where you're recreationally doing that shit to where women are like, oh my God, I gotta suck his dick. And then you're like, nah, bitch, back up. Get off me. You know, I'm on semen retention. But it's a million ways to skin a cat. That go back to chessboard thing. Like, I should make a video on the shit you talking about right now. I told her sometime in the future we could see each other, and then she was like, and do what? Also, another way you could look at what she's doing is being an attention whore. But see, you can't say that because you haven't went direct enough to actually proclaim that she's being an attention whore. It's not until you let her know directly what you want to do can you coin somebody an attention whore. Because at that point, you're an attention whore. High school felt like checkers. Now the shit is chess. Exactly. But that's what it's supposed to do. If I could reframe what you're saying, I would say that chess been around before we were born. So life, nothing has checkers is useless. Nothing in life is check has ever been checkers. To me, checkers is no different than playing tic tac toe or something like that. Because it's not nuanced enough. Dating is very nuanced. Life is very nuanced. It's too many little loops. It's too many circles and loops. It's not tit for tat. It's not like checkers is useful in the tit for tat sense. Like I do a move, you do a move, I do a move, you do like it's back and forth. But chess is like more like that's why I play 3 minute games. Like for the last week, I've been playing 3 minute games because when you talking to a woman, you gotta move fast. Like I used to play 10 minute games. Now I play 3 minute games because when I go outside and talk to chicks, especially if I'm 30, she's like 40 or sometimes 21. Like you know what I'm saying? It really don't even matter. It just depends on her brain. Like a fast thinker is a fast thinker, and a fast mover is a like. It's not an age. It's not an age. It's a fucking bodily thing. So it's like if I want to be better, I gotta move with diplomacy, diplomatically myself. Sometimes it's not that you're not handsome, it's not that you're not attractive, you're just slow. And I'm not talking about like you're mentally slow, but in a way you socially you're slow. Ain't that crazy? I probably should have flirted, but I probably should have flirted more, but it ain't coming out natural for me. What you mean? You haven't studied my chessboard analogy. Last year, I don't know if you ever seen the video. I made a couple videos. I mentioned the chessboard analogy, CBA. You got flirting, you got teasing. Because a lot of guys don't know how to flirt. So then, you know, that you can't really do much without that sometimes. You can't create that spark. But you also don't want to force flirt. If that makes sense. Yeah, I'm looking at it like practice, bro, and I need a lot of it. Hey man, add me on chess.com or chess move. Chess move GG. Chessmove.gg. That's the best place actually. 'Cause we got a whole virtual world over there. And we could talk to each other on that joint now. Like voice. I might fuck around start doing paid coaching calls over there. That should be too far. What you mean be direct enough? Tell her that you trying to what you try exactly what you ex, do exactly type in chessboard analogy game like bro. I don't know if that's gonna pop up, but I hope I ain't delete that motherfucking shit. But yeah, when I say be direct, you don't have to say like you don't have to be like totally like mode one. Like I want to bend you over the desk and do this. You could do that. But yeah, you could do that. It just depends on how you feeling as a man. And are you scared to lose that one because you making it seem like you only got one? When you only got one, you gonna actually hold your horses game while gaming. Exactly. Yo, okay, that's the channel. That's that's the channel. That's the channel, man.